GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand, presents Galata Plus at the Berlin Film Festival 2024.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Hello and welcome to Galata Plus. In this video review episode from the Berlin Film Festival, we are going to be talking about a film called In the Belly of a Tiger. It is made by Siddartha Jatla and it tackles capitalism in a very haunting manner. And this film had its world premiere at the festival. One of the most famous stories from the Bhagavata Purana is that of the elephant named Gajendra, who was attacked by a crocodile. Gajendra was abandoned by his herd and all alone he called out to Lord Vishnu to save him. The god killed the crocodile and saved Gajendra. This episode appears as a play staged in a village in Siddartha Jatla's In the Belly of a Tiger, where the actor playing Vishnu tells Lakshmi that he will be there for his devotees whenever they are in pain. Apparently, everyone in the village is a devotee. We get a flashback where a grandmother tells legends about Lord Vishnu to her grandson. And the audience of this particular play, they offer a prayer to the actor playing Vishnu as though he were really Lord Vishnu. But despite the actor's promises, despite the pain of these present-day Gajendras, there is no savior in sight. The people of this village are farmers who lost their lands because of the debts they incurred. But first, where is this village? Yes, the people speak Hindi, but it could be anywhere in India. The tiger of the title is, after all, the national animal. So when we hear about a tiger preying on these villagers, we could read this as an India whose march towards capitalism has chewed up and left behind people like these villagers. The collective is embodied by the family consisting of Bhagole and Prabhata. Those are the character names. The actors are Lawrence Francis and Poonam Tiwari. Their son Saharsh, played by Saurabh Jaiswal, and Saharsh's two little daughters. The sight that greets them when they return to the village after failed attempts at finding work in the city is that of an old man who's probably about Bhagole's age. That man has been mauled by a tiger. Was it an accident, or did the man go to the forest and sacrifice himself to the animal so that his family could collect compensation money? Meanwhile, Saharsh gets a daily wage job in a brickmaking factory. The managers there talk of bringing in outsiders for work because they would charge half of what the locals are paid. But then they realize that the locals are so desperate that they will themselves work for half rate. At the factory, Saharsh meets a family of 4 that works there. The mother is pregnant. An unspoken bond develops between them, the way new prisoners might bond in a cell. When asked to produce 1,000 bricks a day, it probably helps to know that you are not alone. The manager exploits the family in other ways too. He has the mother cook for special guests. He has the little girl run all the way to a store outside and run all the way back with an ice cream for his son. This is the heart-stopping sequence because we wonder if the ice cream will melt before the girl gets back. Will the cone crumble? In the stage play of Gajendra Moksha, we hear the line that one cannot escape one's destiny. If that is the case, then Saharsh, who his grandmother terms too sensitive, that man is doomed. At one point, his younger daughter asks him to play act as an elephant. Saharsh, in other words, becomes a form of Gajendra, and the crocodile that has gotten hold of him is the merciless, exploitative system. In the absence of a Vishnu-like deliverer, these villagers are left to fend for themselves, and some of them, like Bhagole, help others as well. When you are at the brink of desperation, what does it matter if the little money that you have goes to your family or towards saving someone else's family? Bhagole talks about faith. We will find a way, he says, without actually saying these words. And thus we land on the most wondrous stretch of the film. Bhagole and Prabhata have known each other since they were children. And all these years later, they finally get the chance, they get the time and the space to express their feelings for one another. Lawrence Francis and Poonam Tiwari are phenomenally well matched, and they bring to us the sense of a love that has stood the test of time, that has stood the ages. And Lord Vishnu finally seems to have heard their prayers. Isn't that why lotuses have bloomed magically all over the village, blending the comforting assurance of myth and the harshness of modern day reality? Siddartha Jatla has made a movie whose substance we are familiar with, but whose style transcends it. The surreal elements add to the feel of watching a celestial story unfold in the present day, a story where brutal realism can be born with some amount of belief. And that's it about In the Belly of a Tiger. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galata Plus and see you soon at the movies.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.